Well, g'day. Bit of a different video this week. Shed's in an absolute mess again. Last few weekends been pretty much housebound, and been working on this thing. Oh, well, I just wanted to say cheers to everyone. I got a email earlier this week advising that we've clocked 2,000 subscribers. Although that's not really a lot in the YouTube world, it's still, to me, that's a fair achievement. When I first started it, it kind of filled a void in my life where I didn't have much creative like outlet, I guess. And I used to play in bands and all that sort of stuff. So once that finished, this kind of took over, and absolutely loved getting out there. And since it was suggested that I should film and take photos, it's just filled that void, and I absolutely love it initially, and it still is, for our own memories and to share with family and friends and like-minded people. And I'll just stick to that plan, and I get great satisfaction out of making the videos, taking the photos, and also sharing it with those who are interested. So yeah, cheers to everyone for following along. Probably should also thank those who've been involved in some way, no matter how little. All those people kind of know who they are, but a special shout out to people like Tony and Renee Hyder. It was very encouraging at the start. I think we were training for Kokoda when I mentioned it to Tony that I was thinking about starting to record our little adventures, and yeah, he kind of said, yeah, it'd be a good idea, and we were kind of coming up with names and different kind of ideas on the track there, and much training for that bloody Kokoda challenge we did. But anyway, that was all good chats back then. But yeah, all my mates along the way who've kind of helped out, Brendo, Andy, Wayno.
Thanks for having us along on your trip, mate. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks for the invite and making us a part of it.
All those sorts of people who were involved in some of the early content and kind of like gave some ideas and how we should do things. And then later on, Michelle and I, we just started going further and doing things like what we wanted to do. And yeah, it's really good, especially when Michelle's pretty keen to do the videos. It's really good when we bounce off each other. Kind of gives you someone to kind of work with, and she's been really good. And yeah, it's just been great to share all those experiences with her as well. And we will into the future, obviously. And there's many more great adventures to come, let me tell you. But yeah, in more recent times, since we moved to Mackay, not knowing the landscape whatsoever, my old mate Aaron, I used to work with back in CV days. Him and his boat and his partner Ness has been really good, been getting out, and they've introduced us to a whole lot of people as well. So it's always been good to get out with them, and especially on the boat fishing. It's such a great day every time, even if you don't come home with much, which is very rare. I think it's only happened once or twice. But all those sorts of people, Teal at Attu, or A2. I keep saying Attu, I don't know why I want to say Attu, but Teal at A2, a couple of trips I've done with him has been real good. The young fellas, Murdoch and Simon, doing that old track, that's probably like, to this point, it's probably like one of the highlights of our trips in Mackay. Like, that was such an epic mission. And yeah, we conquered it, which was pretty cool. Even Jacob, back in the day, we did that Cape Palmy inland track, again, back when we were pretty fresh to Mackay, didn't really know the lay of the land, and young Jacob came out there and was prepared to go hook in and get it done, so it was pretty mad after a lot of rain too. To more recent times, Glenn and Karen, he just dropped into work and recognised me, and we hit it off, and we've been on a couple of trips, the most recent one being Beckford Station, and just great people, get along like a house on fire. He's been helping out a lot with the camper trail, as you've seen recently. And yeah, I feel bad for roping him in to help me with the Hilux, but he's pretty keen to give me a hand with the Hilux too, so that's pretty good. Shout out to all those people, and thanks very much. Yeah, 2,000 subscribers. It's as I said, doesn't seem like much in the YouTube land, but yeah, when, like I said, he's playing bands, and if you had 2,000 people in front of you, which I don't think ever happened, I think we had about 500 well, not most of the time, but I think we had 500 at the best of times, and that was a lot of people when they're standing in front of you. So 2,000 people, that's you know, that's significant to me, and I just appreciate everyone tuning in and supporting along the way and giving feedback, whichever sort of feedback, positive, negative, it's all feedback, and just build upon everything. One of the great things that's come from doing the YouTube videos, well, it was about 12 months ago actually. There was an afternoon there. I was just getting notification after notification on my phone about people subscribing and people were commenting, and I was thinking it was a day later I worked out that okay, something's going on here, and a bloke named Casey in America who's got a channel, Coyote Works, he actually gave me the hugest shout out, and I'm forever grateful. And he basically got asked in a live stream, like Q&A type thing, you know, who do you rate, who do you watch on YouTube if you watch anyone, and he pulled me out of the bag and gave me a bit of a rap there online, so I was pretty humbled by that, and probably got about 200 or 300 subscribers out of that those few days. But one of the lads, Ted in America, who's good friends with Casey, and he's got his own channel too called Black Pearl Voyager, and he runs kind of a dream car of mine. I really rate those Jeep Gladiators, but they're a fair bit more expensive here in Australia, mate, so I don't think my blood's that raw red to be able to afford one. But in any case, since then, Ted and I have been exchanging messages and keeping in contact, and it's been really good. That's happened a few times. There's a couple other guys there, Keith and Brendan out west, and yeah, it's just been really cool. Like-minded people actually get in contact with you, and that's how me and Glenn got in contact. Only he was privileged to be in the same sort of town. It was easy enough, but yeah. So that's one of the cool things. You kind of like, you get to meet people and you correspond with them, and it's just been really great. But I sent Ted a couple of stubby holders and some stickers, and he's returned the favour. And it's taken about a month. It was 29th of April, and yeah, it's pretty much the end of May now, and they just came the other day. So Ted sent me some decals all the way from the US of that. Shout out to you, Ted, and Monica, and Tony Renee. Ted wishes you had one of these too, so I'll save one for you in the glove box, and when we have those beers and share a campfire again, I'll give it to you, but you might have to remind me by then, because I don't know when or where that'll be.
Mate, I'm frothing, eh?
Black Pearl Voyager. I don't know why I can't, so that's a bit of a tongue twister, Ted. But yeah, get along and have a look at him. And yeah, just Oregon and everywhere he goes, just spectacular scenery. And yeah, wish I could get over there and go to Moab with you, mate. Maybe one day, eh? This is the first sticker, Ted, so I'm gonna whack that on the Hilux in a special spot for you, mate. Might just finish this run beer and contemplate where the first one goes, mate. Well, I reckon right there, mate. Give it a bit of a clean. Right there, right between Touring Australia and Ironman. Cheers, Ted. We're gonna get back into this camper trailer. So, another weekend at home. Another weekend working the camper trailer. So we've got a bit to do. We've got 2 weeks, and then we're off on a little mini trip for 4 days to somewhere we've wanted to go for a while. And hopefully the fishing's good. And we can give this thing a pretty good rundown, as it's almost where we need it to be. This might be the last video I edit on my my desktop PC. I've recently invested in something a little better, so I can get into a bit more 4K stuff. So more on that later. Anyway, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.